Hello once again. um, it's a very hot day here in England, and this morning I thought that I would take a trip to the coast, down to the seaside, to get a nice cool breeze and maybe a coffee. And I drove there. And there was a nice cool breeze indeed, but there were also hundreds and hundreds of people, and that is not really me. I don't do people in crowds. So I came back. I had a shower, and I've got a nice cool beer in the fridge waiting for me when I finish this little afternoon rant. Now, going back to my childhood, my grandmother used to read the Bible mostly every day and always maintain that the yellow people would eventually rule the world. Well, that may be a possibility, but will it be the Chinese people or people with a jaundiced eye? Now, for all those who don't know what a jaundiced eye is, it means people that look upon the world with displeasure and depression and everything else that's negative. And some of the people with a jaundiced eye will look upon the last few years of the lies we've been told. And others will look upon those lies as possibly an escape at the end of it all. As for the Bible, well, it's been translated so many times that it's possibly lost a lot of its original meaning. All translations are a lie, because it's someone's interpretation of what they see and what they hear. It's a bit like an appropriate term today, Chinese whispers. If you're not familiar with Chinese whispers, you have a group of people sitting in a circle, and the more people, the better this works. Trust me on that. And I will form a sentence or a small paragraph, and I will whisper it into that person's ear, and they will whisper it in turn to all the people. And when it comes back, you would be totally amazed at what you hear, because it's nothing to do with what you said in the first place. And I think that defines the worldview right now. Now, the Bible, yes, it's an interesting thing, and I think there are many stories and parables and whatever you like to call them that are very, very, very interesting. And there's one such story that always rested in my mind, was the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which basically tells the end of the world. There are many, many interpretations, but basically we start with the first horse, which is a white horse. Then I saw when the Lamb broke one of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures saying with a voice of thunder, "Come." I looked, and behold, a white horse. The rider who sat on it held a bow, and he went out to conquer. And some say this conquering could also be pestilence or disease. The second horseman. When he broke the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd living creature saying, "Come, dear friend, listen." And a red horse appeared and went out to him who he sat on it. It was granted to take peace from the earth, and men would slay one another, and a great sword was given to him. This is war. When he broke the third seal, I heard the third living creature saying, "Come, look again." I looked, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hands. And I heard a voice in the centre of the four living creatures say, "A quart of wheat for denarius, and 3/4 of barley for denarius, but do not damage the oil or the wine." This was perceived as famine. When the Lamb broke the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature saying, "Now look here." I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and he who sat on it had the name of Death, and Hades was following him. Authority was given to them over 1/4 of the earth, to kill with the sword, and with the famine, and with the pestilence, and all the wild beasts of the earth joined in. Just a story, of course. Believe what you will, but never ever forget there are many who are out there to trick you with their stories and their lies, who will use these stories to convince you. But what a lot of people don't realise, there was a fifth horse of the apocalypse, and that was fear. And that is what grips this world right now, is fear. Not everyone. The majority of people are fearful of disease, war, famine. Just one thought that I will give to you. Just remember, when fear knocks on that door, go and answer it, because there will be no one there. Now I'm going to have my beer, and thank you for listening to my afternoon rant. Bye-bye.